Today, we are going to talk about something that is absolutely absurd about money. I'm an accountant. I went to school for accounting, went through my high school education, 4 years bachelor's degree, a year and a half of my master's, got my CPA license, which is one of the hardest licenses to get. And I was in thousands of dollars of debt when I left college and for years after college. That's kind of absurd, right? That someone who has an accounting background, who studied accounting, would graduate school in thousands and thousands of debt. And I'm not talking student loans, I had those too. I'm talking credit card debt. That is absolutely absurd. And do you know why that happened? Because our society does not prioritize teaching people about money. And that's what inspired this conversation today. And I'm actually going to do a 3-part series starting this week that is going to break down all of the things that they do not teach us about money. If someone like me did not know what to do with her money, where to put her money, how you could get trapped in the credit card cycle, what interest actually was, how it was impacting my credit score, how was I actually going to build wealth. If somebody who studied accounting did not know this information and had to go and learn it herself, there is a gap missing in our education system that is setting people up to absolutely fail when it comes to money. And I'm not going to go here today, but I think this is set up on purpose. So I'm here to break it all down for you. Today, I'm sharing with you the 4 biggest lessons that I had to learn the hard way so you don't have to. So hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Sue Ellen. I'm a CPA. I'm a money and manifestation coach. And on this channel, my goal is really to help you transform your relationship with money so you can build wealth that lasts and actually feels good. I'm back in Barcelona this week. I took a weekend trip over to Madrid. I've never been to Madrid, and it was such a cool city. It was such a vibe. We went and ate lots of food, had some drinks, went to this fun house music festival. I'm happy to be back with you this week and really help you uncover the secrets that I wish I knew when I graduated college with my accounting degree. These are the things that I wish I knew that I learned the hard way, and I'm going to teach them to you now so you don't have to. So the first lesson that I want to share with you today is income does not equal wealth. I think a lot of people get this confused as they start working, especially in the corporate environment. You're working your way up, you get a new promotion, you get a new salary, you get your 10%, 20% pay raise, and you think, wow, I'm becoming wealthier. But that is not the case. Your income, the amount of money that you have coming into your bank account, either through your business or through your corporate job or whatever avenue that you have, does not equal how much your wealth actually is. Your wealth is how much that you actually keep. It's how much that you are actually saving. That is actually building your assets. It's building your investments. It's how much that you have that you are holding. And a lot of people struggle with this. I've worked with so many people who are making $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 in their business and are flat broke. Because what happens is we see this income growth, but we also see the spending growing along with it. There's lifestyle creep, and this happened in my own situation. As I was in the corporate world, I was an executive. I was getting huge pay raises as I was moving up the corporate ladder, and I was a senior executive making great money. But at the end of the day, the amount of wealth that I was building was not growing because I was moving in to more expensive places. I was buying things that were not appreciating in value, like a expensive car or various designer handbags. And so as my income was growing, also was my spending. And that's what we call lifestyle creep. And this isn't to like shame myself or anybody that this is happening to, but as your income is growing, and if you find yourself that your bank account isn't growing, your savings isn't growing, your investment accounts aren't growing, or your appreciating assets, which are things that you are purchasing that will appreciate in value. An instance of this is purchasing a home. I purchased a home that appreciated in value over time. Those are appreciating assets. If those investments, your assets are not growing, your wealth is not growing. And so what they never taught us in school, in high school, and college, they never taught us that your income does not equal what your wealth is. What we were always taught in school is go make the most amount of money possible. Go increase your income. Go get a job that makes you the most amount of money possible. We get that in our brain and we keep asking ourselves the question, how can I make more money? How can I make more income? How can I increase my income? And that puts us on this hamster wheel of just continuing chasing more. I'm chasing more. I'm chasing more. But that isn't the solution. Of course, we want to increase our income. That's a funnel into our wealth. But the real question is, how do I grow my wealth? How can I use the income that I currently have and keep more of it? And why this is an actual trap is, for me, as an example, if you have a desire to leave your corporate job, to start a business, to take the leap of taking a year sabbatical and not working, giving yourself time to go travel the world. If you have these dreams and you are not building wealth, it is going to be very difficult for you to actually escape and leave this corporate job that you so desperately want to get out of. The reason why I was able to leave my corporate job is I started understanding the difference between my income growing and my wealth growing. And I prioritize my wealth growing. I prioritize, instead of spending money on more designer handbags that I didn't need, I prioritized making sure that my savings accounts, my opportunity funds, my fund funds, that those were actually growing. Because I knew one day when I wanted to leave my job, that was what was going to allow me to leave my job. Because if your income is growing, your expenses are growing, your net, what you get to keep, that is going to stay the same. And we want that gap to grow so you can actually take that gap, put it in a savings account, and that is your ticket out of your corporate job. The second lesson, and this one almost sounds a little too easy, but stick with me. The second lesson is every single dollar that comes into your life needs to have a purpose. That's it. It's as simple as that. Every single dollar that comes into your bank account, that comes through your business or your life, needs to have a purpose. I see this all the time with the business owners that I work with. And I know a lot of you are business owners and entrepreneurs, so listen up. So often with the people that I work with, I see that they have one bank account that helps them run their business. All of the income comes into their bank account, and all of the payments that need to go out come out of that same bank account. So all of their business expenses, their payroll, their taxes, if they have a random bill that happens, everything just comes out of this one bank account, and it is literally a black hole. And this is where you look at the end of the month and you look at your account and you have no idea where your money went. It's like, oh, I know I had 10K in income come this month, but then I look and I have $1,000 left over and have no idea where my money went. This is why our money needs to have a purpose before it comes into the bank account. And the fix for this is not a complicated system. You don't need a finance degree. You don't need an accounting degree. You just need a system set up in place that tells you when the money comes in, these are the percentage allocations that I'm making out to each of these different buckets. So you can think owner's pay, your taxes to cover your operating expenses, to cover any future investments that you're making or plan to make in your business or for yourself, your fund. All of your allocations are preset before any money comes into your bank account. And it's as simple as that. And you move the money weekly, as often as the payments come in, bi-weekly, monthly, it doesn't matter, but you have a system set up in place that every time you have a money date, you move your money based on those allocations, and everything has a purpose. When your money doesn't have a plan, that's when your money just evaporates. It'll feel like at the end of the month, I have no idea where my money went. It literally went goodbye. And so that's what I really want you to understand from this video. Your money needs a purpose. I'm actually going to be teaching that in an upcoming workshop, so stay tuned for some details on that. Okay, number 3 is specifically for my business owners who are watching. Profit does not equal cash. I see this so much with the people that I start working with. They can see that they're profitable. Their accountant, their tax accountant tells them, congratulations, you made X amount of dollars in profit this year in your business. And they look at their bank account and there is $0 in cash in there. And they're left to think, how on earth am I profitable, but I have absolutely no money in my bank account? There's a few reasons, the main reasons why this can actually happen. Number one is a lot of times I see where business owners are spending money on equipment. I work with a lot of Pilates and yoga studio owners. I've worked with someone specifically that comes to mind as I'm saying this, where she went and bought a ton of new Pilates equipment for her studio without having a plan in place for her cash. She looked at me and she said, "You're telling me that my business is profitable, but I have no money." And it's because when you go and you purchase things without intention, without an actual cash plan in place, this is how you become cash broke in your business. Number two is actually probably the most common: taxes. So many people don't have a plan in place to actually save for their taxes. If you're self-employed, if you're a business owner, we need to have a plan in place for taxes. It's a part of business. So when the money comes into your bank account and you're profitable, yay. If you aren't setting aside money for taxes at the end of the year when you go to file your tax return, and you get told by your tax accountant that congrats, you were so profitable, but you owe this huge amount in taxes this year, it is going to be very shocking that you don't have the cash in your bank account to pay the IRS. You basically have to treat the IRS as a silent partner in your business every single month. Whenever the money comes in, the IRS gets 20%, 30%, whatever your tax rate, automatically needs to be put into an account, saving it, and you don't touch it. You don't think about it until it's time to file your taxes. And then the third one actually kind of makes me a little sad, because this is really common too, is business owners never pay themselves first. What ends up happening is they go and they invest tons of money spending expenses and software and various business expenses and supplies and equipment and contractors and all of these things in their business, but they don't actually have a plan in place to pay themselves first. And so what ends up happening is they go and they pay all of these expenses, and then there's nothing left to pay themselves. And they come back to me and say, "Well, I needed to buy all of these things. Like, how was I supposed to pay myself?" We pay ourselves first. We create a habit of I pay myself first and then I pay the rest. And what ends up happening is you would be so surprised that we will be able to fit our business expenses in with what's left. You will be so surprised that you don't actually need all of these things that you tell yourself that you need. Pay yourself first. This is one component of operating like a wealthy CEO, which is another thing I'll be teaching in my upcoming workshop, details to follow. When you operate like a wealthy CEO, you know that you deserve to be paid and compensated for the value that you bring to your business. Nobody teaches us this when we are first starting out. You either learn it along the way or you struggle and you never pay yourself and you burn out. And this is why people end up quitting. Okay. And then number 4 is not going to be in any finance textbook. I know it wasn't in any finance or accounting textbook that I studied when I was in college. And honestly, it's what changed everything for me. Here's what I've noticed with working with clients over the years. There's so many clients that I've worked with who actually know a lot about finance, who actually have had a system in place to generate income in their business, making multi 6 figures in their business, but they don't have the right mindset when it comes to money. They still felt broke. They still felt like it's never enough. Even though they had the systems, they understood the concept, they were actually building savings, they had investment plans in place, they still had this internal feeling, this internal belief system that it's never enough. And what this is, it's their money mindset and it's their nervous system operating from a place of scarcity. So number 4 is how you feel about money actually matters. Your relationship with money actually matters way more than people actually realize. After years of working with people, helping them implement the strategies, helping them implement the processes of where to put their money, the concepts of building a savings account, investment account, paying off debt, strategy matters. But after I've been working with people, I had a huge realization that this is really what the missing piece is. This is what they really don't teach us in school about our relationship with money and how we feel about money. Because if you are making multi 6 figures in your business, but you are terrified that you are going to lose it all, you are operating from a place of scarcity. You can have all the systems and strategy in place, but if you are operating from a place of scarcity, you are going to be anxious. You're going to be making decisions that aren't in the best alignment for yourself or your business. You may be scared to make investments in yourself and your business, which is therefore blocking your business from growing to the level that it's actually able to grow to. And you're going to be stressed out. And we know what stress does to the body. So, how you feel about money, how your body reacts when you open your bank account, how you feel when you're making financial decisions, these big financial decisions of what to invest in. And if you feel that retraction in your body, what's living underneath the surface, that actually matters. That is dictating the actions that you are taking or not taking. And so you can have the perfect spreadsheets, the perfect budgets, you can have the perfect systems in place. But if underneath the surface, you are feeling completely out of control, completely dysregulated, it is going to impact the way that you show up in your finances. This is what is actually going to help you build wealth, hold it, and actually feel good, feel safe with money. After years of working in finance, years of working with people, I realized that this is the missing piece for people. And it's why I do the work that I do. It's why I got certified in breath work and somatics, because I realized there is a gap missing in the marketplace when it comes to helping people with their finances. We can help you with this strategy, but if you're not working with what's underneath the surface, it's going to impact how you make money, how you spend money, how if you're able to hold money, the way that you feel about money. Money is a relationship. We have a relationship with money. School doesn't teach you this. Most finance books don't teach you this, but it is absolutely essential. And it's why I am teaching the work that I'm teaching. So here's the recap. These are the 4 things that they did not teach us in school about money. Number 1 is income does not equal wealth. Income is what we make. Wealth is what actually stays. Wealth is what grows. Number 2, every single dollar that you make needs a purpose. All of the money that flows into your business, into your life needs a purpose. Number 3 is profit does not equal cash. You can be profitable on paper in your business. You can look at your P&L with your tax accountant and see how much profit you've made in your business, but that does not equal how much cash is going to be in your bank account. And this will catch you off guard if you aren't keeping track of it. And then number 4, how you relate to money actually matters just as much, if not more, than the strategy that you have in place for it. You can be making hundreds of thousands of dollars in your business and still feel terrified every single night, still feel anxious every night when you go to bed that you're going to lose it all. Strategy can only get us so far. The inner work, our mindset, our beliefs, the way that our nervous system is operating and how it feels with money is just as important as the strategies that we're implementing. And now if you listen to this list and you find yourself thinking, yeah, I realize I need to be doing this work, but I really have no idea where to start, I have something that I want to invite you to. I have a free workshop coming up at the end of this month that is going to take you through the 5 gaps that I see holding business owners and holding people back from living out their wealthiest timeline. The wealthiest timeline where you are living out your dream life, where the things that you want to experience in this life are possible. I'm going to take you through the 5 gaps and how to break through them. I'm also going to be hosting a free breathwork journey as part of this workshop that is going to help you release what is coming up for you, release what is holding you back, and help you step into this wealthiest version of yourself. If you've never experienced breathwork, I really invite you to come and experience this live. The live energy is unmatched when you're in a breathwork journey, and I know that you're going to get some transformation just from being there. It's completely free. There's a link down below to get on the wait list, and I'm really excited for you to be there. There's also going to be a replay available if you can't join live, but I really hope to see you there. Sign up in the link below. Come join me. This work is way too important to not start stepping into this, guys. Like, money is one of the most important things in our life. You deserve to live that wealthiest timeline for yourself. So I really encourage you to show up. I know there's going to be so much value in there for you, and I'm really excited to share it with you all soon. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you got something out of this video. Drop in the comments below. Let me know which of the four that you actually resonate with the most. And I look forward to seeing you in part 2 and part 3 of this series. Hit subscribe so you don't miss those episodes coming soon. Have an amazing week ahead, and I look forward to catching you there. Bye.